Hello everybody, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video, and 2022 must have been 13 months long for me because I didn't make a video in January. So it's time for one of these again, one of these CD collection videos. And I'm gonna be honest, 2022 was pretty crazy. I've gotten into so many different genres in 2022. It's just been wild. It's just been such a crazy ride. There were definitely low points, like always, but my god, the highs were insanely high. However, this CD collection video is a little different. This is the first one I'm shooting at nighttime, but also because there are two new changes in my technology collection, or whatever you want to call it. First of all, I got a new phone. So yes, this crappy old phone is going away, and instead we've got a brand new one, and I am very happy about that. But also, I'm gonna be getting a little help from this. For some reason, I got a selfie stick for my birthday, and by the way, I got the new phone for Christmas, but yes, for my birthday I got a selfie stick, and I have heard about the dangers of using this, and I don't think I'm actually going to use it for that many things when I'm out, like, camping, or, like, I don't know, going sightseeing or something like that. I don't know, but honestly, this is quite good for, for shooting videos and, like, holding the phone straight so I don't have to always hold it in my hand. And actually, why don't we test it out right now? So yes, here I am, and for the first time ever, I am not holding the phone. The selfie stick is holding the phone, so let's get to the CD collection, shall we? But it's not actually entirely a CD collection. You see, why don't I start off with the only vinyl record I got this year? So, I don't have a turntable, but one time I went to the one village in Hungary where I spent a lot of time in the summer as a little kid, and the neighboring village is where one of my mother's friends actually lives, and that friend had a whole bunch of vinyl, and I already posted that picture when we went there in September 2020, and I posted that picture up onto Twitter. You can see it right here next to me, and one of those records that friend actually brought for me here to Budapest. She works here in Budapest sometimes, and she said that the only person who deserved to have this record was me. And I strongly disagree with that because other people deserve this record as well too. But it's not entirely a record. It's a 12-inch single, and guess what it is? It could be nothing else but a meme song. Yes, indeed. This is Genghis Khan with Moscow, and yeah, this is a very, very weird one. This is an original pressing. And it's got an extended version of Moscow. The B-side is called Rocking Son of Genghis Khan. That's also extended. And, of course, the most important thing about it is that it is colored red. And it looks really, really cool in my opinion. But, like I said, I don't have a turntable, so I have no idea how to play this. Maybe I'll get a turntable in the future just because. And if you want to know the lengths, Moscow on this pressing goes on for 7 minutes and 40 seconds, and the Rocking Son of Genghis Khan, if I know correctly, goes on for, yeah, 6 minutes and 10 seconds. So, yeah, this is the only vinyl record I got this year, and it is very, very strange, but you know what? I don't mind having this in my collection, but like I said, I don't have a turntable, so I can't play this yet. So why don't we get into the actual CDs instead? So I have gotten music from various artists this year. I have just been listening to so much new music this year, and it's been insane. So why don't we start off with ABBA? My dad got me ABBA Gold one time when he was out in Austria, and yeah, I mean, this is just a goddamn iconic greatest hits collection. It features basically all the ABBA you ever need. Well, if this doesn't include all the ABBA you ever need, in your opinion, then there's also the second ABBA Gold record that they released. But yeah, I mean, this is a classic collection. It most likely sold more copies than any of their 8 studio albums, or should I say 9. Next up, we've got another iconic band. It's, oh my goodness, guys, it's them. It's the Battles. It's the Bootles. It's Abbey Road from the bottles.
And now, your host for this evening, the Bottles.
I got the 2 CD deluxe edition, which features a whole bunch of alternate takes and like early versions of all the songs from this album. And honestly, this is a really, really cool collection if you listen to the bonus disc. Or if you got the 3 CD, 1 Blu-ray, big deluxe, super deluxe edition that you can also get. But you know what? I thought this was enough for me, and I still really love the second disc. And yeah, I thought this was very much a worthwhile purchase. Okay guys, so this year in Budapest, I have seen Billy Idol live. And it was a very strange experience. Of course, it was with Steve Stevens as his guitar player. But I got one Billy Idol record this year. You want to know what it is? This. This is the album that basically killed Billy Idol's hit-making career. His 1993 album, Cyberpunk. And I don't even know how to describe this album. I enjoy Billy Idol. I really like the guy's music, and he's got like 2 new EPs that he's released that I actually kind of like. I just wish that he would release a third EP and then he would combine it into one album, and then that album would probably be pretty good to great. But I found this at a record store, and I thought, you know what? I don't hate this album as much as so many other people do. I honestly kind of ironically enjoy it because there are just so many spectacular failures on here, and there's so many weird moments, like his cover of the Velvet Underground's Heroin, which is a dance track for some reason, and it's... I don't know, it's just, like I said, I ironically enjoyed this record. It is definitely not great. But, I mean, it features early computer technology, and it's just got so many weird ideas, and also it's 30 years old this year, so congratulations, you little Brit. And like I said, I've seen the guy live, but I'm going to talk about that in another video, which I can actually announce right now. In the very near future, I'm going to be making a video where I will be discussing concerts I went to in 2022, so there's that. So, like I said, Billy Idol's Cyberpunk. Oh, and by the way, just as a little spoiler for the concert experiences vlog, he didn't play anything from this album, obviously, not even Shock to the System, but he did play his 1994 theme song to the film Speed, which I will take as an absolute win. Honestly, that song went down great live. And as I said, I'll take that as a win. Cyberpunk representation! Next up, I've got the debut album from Hungarian garage rock band The Blind Mirrors called Enjoy the Ride. And it's very short. It's like only like 35 minutes long. But if you like garage rock or modern punk rock, you might enjoy this. And also, there's a woman singing lead vocals and playing guitar, which is always great. This is probably the weirdest thing I got this year. This is Brad Mehldau, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and the Orpheus Chamber Orchestra, with variations on a melancholy theme. This is very strange, and honestly, I was hooked into listening to this album from the artwork, which I really, really enjoy. The back is also really cool looking. This is just like, I don't know, 34 minutes of like jazz and classical music combined, and it is honestly really, really cool. If you want to listen to some very strange classical music, with a piano player on top of it, Brad Mehldau is a great piano player. If you want to listen to some of his solo albums, they are also pretty great. He's also done a lot of collaborations with many artists over like 30 years. And this is very strange, but if you want to listen to it, then go for it. This is honestly really, really interesting. How about a couple of Deep Purple live albums, huh? Here we've got Live at Graz 1975, which is from the official Deep Purple Overseas live series. This is a great freaking concert, and it is so good. It's from the Coverdale Hughes era, it's from the Mark III era, which is always great. So if you want to hear just a whole bunch of great jamming and screaming and whatever, and just awesome singing, just, oh my god, the band is off the charts on this live record. It is just so awesome. And over here, we've got Live at Montreux 1996, which is in this newer form where there's like the CD and the DVD. Until now, you could only get like the CD and the DVD separately. So here you've got both of them at the same time. There's some really cool pictures in there as well, and it's quite a solid live record. It's probably one of the last live records where Ian Gillan does his usual screaming, because of course he's getting older, and you know he can't really scream like he used to, but he still attempts it on this record right here. You know, both the live album is just so good. Both of these are, like I said, both of these are really worth getting. Of Gratz 1975, you can also get a digipack if you like. This one is a little bit broken, but I mean, I've got like broken jewel cases, like a bunch of them at home, so it doesn't matter. Oh my god, guys, this year Hardwell came back. One of my favorite DJs of all time actually came back, and it was just so awesome to see him. You know, on YouTube, obviously, but it was so awesome to see his Ultra Miami 2022 live set. Just so much new music in this new genre. Like, it's like a new fusion of like a genre. It's like big room techno, which is what they call it, and that basically infected the entire Revealed Recordings roster. So many like people who are like I don't know, making music for Revealed Recordings, which is Hardwell's label, are doing so much big room techno. And of course, because of Hardwell's comeback, I had to get his latest release. No, I didn't. I actually got Hardwell Presents Revealed Volume 10. Yes, I didn't get the new record yet, but I did get this one because this is just, I mean, 29 tracks mixed together, and it's just so freaking nice to listen to. It's just a great, like, party playlist if Hardwell mixed the entire thing together as a DJ set. It's honestly really nice, but like I said, I love that new record he put out, Rebels Never Die, so I will definitely try to get that in the future. I have also seen Iron Maiden live this year, like I said in that big, huge Kiss vlog, where I talked about the Budapest concert from Kiss. So I got a couple of the records here. I've got Brave New World right here, which is honestly really, really good. And then I've got the Book of Souls live chapter. Of course, this is a live album supporting the Book of Souls studio album, and I really like this one. This is like the big deluxe packaging. It was fairly cheap when I bought it, so I thought, okay, I can't pass up this opportunity, and I like how it slides out, and you've got just a whole bunch of pictures. There's the 2 CDs in the back, but you've just got a whole bunch of pictures around here, and it looks so nice, honestly. I just really enjoy this one. So yeah, and the live record itself is quite good as well. I know Bruce Dickinson isn't as great in like, you know, in the present as he was like in the 80s and 90s, but still, I mean, he's still going strong with live records like these. And also Senjutsu isn't actually all that bad as many people say it is. But yeah, Iron Maiden forever. Love them. Jean-Michel Jarre's The Concerts in China, legendary live record, of course. And the fun fact, right after I bought this jewel case version, which was released in like, what, 2014, they actually remastered it for the 40th anniversary of this album, and now it's in a big digipack format, and now I'm contemplating over whether I should get the digipack format of this album or if I should keep this jewel case version. But anyways, awesome live record, highly recommended, and I just wish that Jarre could come to Budapest again, and so I can see one of his concerts, because my god, this guy is still going strong and releasing so much great music. Unfortunately, he's also making NFTs, so no. That I'm not gonna let that ruin his reputation. You know, or whatever I'm saying right now. He's still great, even at the age that he is. He is still so great, and of course, like I said, legendary album. The Killers, Imploding the Mirage. Yes, their synth pop record, you could say. I miss The Killers quite a few occasions in concert. They performed in Vienna, they performed in Hungary. Unfortunately, they performed at one of those stupid festivals. But I really hope that they can actually come to Budapest and not Sziget Festival. I swear, I don't want them coming to Sziget Festival, but like in like the Budapest Arena or something like that, where they can like perform to like 10,000 people. I really wish they could do something like that. And honestly, this record isn't that bad. I actually like it. I like it quite a bit. Far from my favorite Killers album, but still pretty good. Of course, I saw Kiss this year, and I had to get a couple of their records, but I really only did get a couple. Like 2 of them. So here is the self-titled debut from 1974, and here is Peter Criss's solo record. I mean, these two can't be more different from each other. This is iconic hard rock. This is R&B and soul. But honestly, I don't think the Peter Criss solo album from 1978 is all that bad. I actually think for what it is, it's pretty good. You know, Peter Criss liked jazz and soul more because he came from those backgrounds, but still, I don't think that this is a bad record. I think it's pretty enjoyable for what it is. Of course, I still enjoy this a lot more, and I enjoy a couple of the other 1978 solo records more than this one, but still, I don't think this is bad. And, well, what do you want me to say? Go watch my 24-minute long vlog where I talked about the Budapest concert from Kiss. It's awesome. Klaus Schulze and his 2018 album Silhouettes. I mean, rest in peace to the late synth master. He passed away in 2022. And I heavily got into Klaus Schulze and Tangerine Dream and this, like, and all this weird, like, 70s Berlin school genre in 2022. I really got into it. It's just so nice the way he was just, Klaus was such a master of synths, honestly. He was just incredible, and this is honestly a very, very great late period album from him. Again, like 4 long songs, you know, 2 15-minute long songs, 2 22-minute long songs, but still, I mean, so great, and rest in peace to the man. Like I said, I really love his work. I love the Tangerine Dream stuff as well. Like, I really love that band as well. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I love this kind of weird, like, long synth pieces, you know, from like the 70s and stuff, and even after that. So yeah, like I said, rest in peace, Klaus Schulze. I love you. A greatest hits collection from Kool and the Gang. Yeah, my dad got this one as well. For me when he went to Austria in February, and this has got a whole bunch of hits from 1979 to 1987. Here is the track list if you're curious, but you can look this up if you like. This is probably the most popular Kool and the Gang collection that there is. Like I said, it's from 1979 to 1987, so there's no pre-1979 hits like Jungle Boogie and stuff like that. But yeah, it's honestly quite a solid collection. I like it. So when I first did this whole CD collection thing, I have mentioned that I also got records from like German artists and Austrian artists and stuff like that. And I said that I don't really want to show those because people who watch me are going to be like, what the hell is this guy listening to? And most of them probably won't even recognize these names outside from like the German-speaking people who watch me. So let me make an exception here. This is Maite Kelly with the album Hello, which is an expanded edition. The original version was a digipack, but this expanded version is a jewel case. I mean, I never expected that I would be talking about German Schlager music on this channel, but that just goes to show you how much music I listen to. So if you just want to hear some very strange, very weird, like German Schlager music, then this is the album for you. It's honestly, some of these tracks are honestly kind of hilarious, like some of the lyrics on here as well. But still, I think it's a pretty solid Schlager record. And I can't say that for a lot of artists in this genre. Meatloaf, Meatloaf, Meatloaf. Rest in peace to the Loaf, man. I mean, this is just... Bat Out of Hell is just such an absolutely legendary album. I mean, what can you really say about it? It's in the top 5 of, like, best-selling albums of all time. Or probably top 10, who knows, actually. But top 10, definitely. This is just such a legendary album, and it gets that legendary reputation because it's just absolutely great. It is so freaking good. I mean, people who have listened to it for like 45 years are probably getting sick of it. But still, this album hit really hard when I listened to it after his death. There's just so many, like he and Jim Steinman had this kind of, like, you know, Jim Steinman wrote Meatloaf songs, but like Jim Steinman had, like, you know, a very witty kind of writing style, and even though there's some witty writing and some, like, you know hilarious lyrics, the songs Heaven Can Wait and 2 Out of 3 Ain't Bad and For Crying Out Loud just get incredibly emotional when you listen to them after, you know, his Meatloaf's passing and Steinman's passing. Even he passed away before the Loaf did. And there's a couple of bonus tracks on here. There's a live version of Bat Out of Hell and also Dead Ringer for Love, which would show up on Meatloaf's next record. Still, legendary album. Of course, we got the big, huge crack in the jewel case right here. People have said that this remaster isn't very good, so I'll have to see about that. But, you know, for the time being, I had to get this, you know, rest in peace to the Loaf. What else can you say? Mike Stern and the Jeff Lorber Fusion 11. Just jazz fusion at its finest. So much great playing from Mike Stern on here. And honestly, just everyone who plays on this record just does a really, really great job. It, like, opens up like this. There's a couple of dents in there, but, like, still, it's really, really great. And also, funny thing, I met Mike Stern last year. Yeah, that's a bit weird, but I will get into that more in my Concerts of 2022 video. Nazareth with Razamanaz, their 3rd album. Sometimes I like to call it Razamanazareth. I mean, where to even start? Like, this is such a freaking great album. It's just hard rock at its absolute finest, you know, from 1973. And, you know, it opens up and it's got a whole bunch of bonus tracks on it, like the B-sides Hard Living and Spinning Top. Like, I got into Nazareth this year, and this was a pretty insane year for Nazareth. They had lost original guitar player Manny Charlton and original vocalist Dan McCafferty, which was insane to me. But of course, none of them were in the band anymore by 2022. Obviously, you know, lead vocalist. The current band is lead vocalist Carl Sentence, guitar player Jimmy Morrison, drummer Lee Agnew, and his father Pete Agnew on bass, who is the only original member of the band still in the band. And I went to see them this year in Budapest, 20 days after Dan McCafferty passed away. And I met Carl Sentence. But once again, I will get into that more in my Concerts of 2022 video. Hungarian ska band Ocho Macho with the album Dunch. This is very, very strange. I saw a ska band this year, holy crap. And that was my first concert of this year. And I met the lead singer as well, but once again, just, you know, Concerts of 2022 video. It's just a very, very strange ska album. If you want to listen to ska, just listen to this. It's honestly pretty good. Paul McCartney's McCartney 3 Imagined. I didn't actually get the original McCartney 3 record yet, but honestly, I've listened to it, don't worry. But this remix album, my god, it is so good. I don't know what to tell you. There's just great remixes and features by Beck and St. Vincent and Phoebe Bridgers, Damon Albarn, Anderson .Paak, and 3D from Massive Attack as well. It's just a very, very solid collection of remixes from the original McCartney 3 album. It gets very, very strange in some spots, but still very solid. I've talked a little bit about Bori Péterfi and the Love Band last year. They're like a Hungarian neo-psychedelia band or something, or I don't exactly know what genre they're in. They have a whole bunch of stuff, and they did a whole bunch of music in a whole bunch of genres, but still, they're one of my favorite Hungarian bands. And over here, we've got their album Fehér Éjszakák, and yes, as you can see, this is signed by Bori. Here she has her, if you can look closer as well, or I could just take this booklet out, but actually it's not a booklet, it's like this little card, and this is, you know, I mean, she wrote her own name in there and a heart, and she even wrote to Kevin with love, because I met her this year, I mean in 2022 as well, yeah, I mean, if I ever rebuy this album after I play it too much, I will still have that card to keep for myself. And I've also got their album Szédülés, because I've seen them twice this year, and both times they were absolutely great. And Bori is just such a nice person, and yeah, I mean, I love this band. I love this band way too much, and I will never stop going to their concerts. Pink Floyd's Adam Hart Mother. I am trying to get a whole bunch of the Pink Floyd CDs at this point. You know, you know, these open up and everything, and then they look really, really cool. And yes, I know those last two Pink Floyd reviews. It's been over a year, and I still haven't done the ones for the Division Bell and the Endless River. But I just lost inspiration to do them. But hopefully, I will get to them in the future. Just please, Kev, please do those videos already. Please. I saw German hard rock legend Scorpions this year, and on CD, I got their very first album and their very latest album. These two albums are 50 freaking years apart. They have been making great music for 50 years. And also some crappy stuff. So this is their debut album, Lonesome Crow, and this is their latest album, Rock Believer, which is in the deluxe edition with like 2 CDs, and you know, it opens up and everything, and it's really cool looking. People are saying this is the best record they've done since Love at First Sting, and honestly, it is really, really great. I like a whole bunch of the Scorpions albums, but still, I mean, they are just so great, and they were so great live in concert as well. Although they were very, very loud. They were probably the loudest band I saw in 2022. But like, still, love the Scorpions, or just Scorpions, if you want to call them that. I just love the band so much. Austrian Legends STS with another greatest hits collection. 40 songs on 2 CDs. My dad got this one for me as well when he went to Austria in February. Yeah, I mean, they're Austropop, you know, that because that's what like 70s and 80s pop music is from honestly to this day as well. It's just Austropop. Anything that comes from like Vienna and stuff like that, it's just Austropop. And of course, I have to like STS because I'm half Austrian. You know, I mean Steinbecker, Timischl, and Schiefkowitz. So yeah, I really enjoy the band, and I'm glad my dad got this one for me. Here's the band UDO with the album Man and Machine. So this is Udo Dirkschneider's own band after he had left Accept 2 times, because, you know, he left Accept in the late 80s, and then Accept broke up in the 90s after he rejoined them again, and to this day he still fronts his own band UDO. This is some pretty solid heavy metal. They've got way better albums than this, trust me. And I also went to see them in 2022. And yeah, I mean, pretty good album, but they've got much better stuff than this. Finally, we have the album Toy by Yellow. Just Swiss electronic legends. They make very quirky music, quirky electronic music, and I really enjoy them. I really, really do. And when I saw this for a fair price, this is the, you know, of course you can get the jewel case version anywhere, but when I saw this book version at a fair price somewhere, I thought, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to buy this. And then I was lucky enough to buy it, and it's just, you know, it's just the CD is tucked somewhere here into the back. But like, there's great pictures on here as well. There's a whole bunch of wacky imagery in the colors, in the, you know, in the various colors of yellow, black, and white. And like I said, just great pictures all around, and some information on making the album. And yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good album. Not the best that Yellow have ever done, obviously, but still, pretty good record. And yeah. That's pretty much it for my CDs. But I want to talk about one more thing before I end this video. And I bought something this year which was very, very special to me. And it kept my selfie stick right in its place. It kept my selfie stick straight. So I'm going to pull this out now. George Carlin's Napalm and Silly Putty. I heavily got into George Carlin in 2021. And then I bought one of his books right here. It's just full of just absolutely great, hilarious stuff. I mean, of course, a lot of this is like really outdated, and some of this is like, nowadays it's a bit cringy to listen to, and there's a couple of slurs in there as well, and there's like a whole bunch of, you know, like I said, outdated stuff, and just some stuff that's just straight up not funny or just weird. But most of it, this is goddamn hilarious. You know, like I said, if you watch my channel, you've probably already seen that vlog where I talk about how I really don't like it when big crowds of people laugh. So I like listening to George's audiobooks for the books that he wrote, which are like Brain Droppings, Napalm and Silly Putty, and When Will Jesus Bring the Pork Chops? So yeah, I like listening to those, and I like reading it as well. I love reading this to other people. Most of them are like, ew, you're swearing a whole lot. Why are you reading this stuff? But some of them get this stuff, and they, whoever like likes this stuff thinks it's absolutely hilarious. So, and George Carlin helped me a lot. You know, even from his grave, he helped me a lot. He had that whole, there was a whole documentary about him made in 2022, and that is awesome because I love to see, you know, more George Carlin in mainstream culture, because I just love the guy so much. I love it. I love his comedy. He's one of my favorite comedians of all time, if not my favorite. And I had to get one of his books. Maybe I'll get the other 2 someday as well, who knows. Well, I have been recording for far too long, and I honestly tried to do something new with this video, but still, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'm gonna have to go now. I'm gonna have to catch up on some shows. As you can see, I didn't even like sort these out properly. Some of them aren't even like in the same like brackets, like the same parts. Some of them aren't even like alphabetically correct. So this is probably my first like failed attempt at like getting together and everything. But like still, I'm tired. I've been recording for too long. Okay, so I have to go now. So bye.